Welcome back to the second hour of Lovebabz, Lovetalk. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Ah, all right. What else is going on? I was just checking my Facebook feed. Lots going on. Nothing I can do about it. I'm not on that board. Whatever your beef is, it ain't with me. So listen, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what went on. That's between you and your board and your organization. And if somebody wanted to make me privy to what was going on, they would have called me directly and said, hey, let me bring you in. Can you help us with this? But nobody did this. So I have no idea. You're just reacting. I don't know what this is. So your reaction to whatever I posted about somebody who is my friend, I listen, I don't got no dog in that fight. I don't have a dog in that fight. It's not that I don't care, but I'm limited. I'm just one person. I'm one person that has nothing to do with this. Nothing. I'm just talking about something that went on, that's going on Facebook right now. Somebody posted something to one of my posts, and I don't know what to say about it. So that's what I'm talking about. So people who are on Facebook who are looking at my Facebook feed, uh, I don't got no other words. So, you know, let me tell you what it is. So I wished Patrick Dunn happy birthday on my Facebook page. He came to the exhibit. He sat on the bench with the wings. I took his picture. I posted up, and me and him are together. And I just said, "Oh, happy birthday to my friend. He's one of the nice human being and a kind person." That's my experience of him. So then Allah comes and posts this long diatribe about what he did to the Pride Center and all of that. And I understand her whatever, but I, listen, sister, you didn't pick up the phone and call me about nothing. I don't know how you want me to care about the Pride Center when you didn't care enough to let people know what was happening. That's all I'm gonna say. Like we care about you too, but I don't know what you want people to do. We didn't know you have a whole board. You understand? There's a whole governing board of that organization that is responsible for the stewardship of that organization. I'm not on that board. I'm not close to that board. I'm not in that board. And the Pride Center, as far as I'm concerned, is not an art serving organization. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you to do in what capacity you need me to do it. I wish somebody that I know happy birthday. Now, whatever went on, whatever went down behind closed doors, I don't know. You know, I'll take your word for it, but what you want me to do about it? What does you posting this get you in the interim? If people know this, they know it. I don't know what you want me to do. So that's where I'm at with this. And I might just say that, but like, listen, I hear what I listen. I don't have a dog in this fight, and I don't know what you expect me to do. And why are you over here posting this? You have a whole page that you could say whatever you want to say. This has nothing to do with me at all. So that's where I'm at with that. I care about her too. I had no idea what's going on. I do what I can where I can. You know, fine, fine. I don't appreciate that. So, I'm just gonna let her know that. Like, listen, I you know, why would I ask about anything? That organization has a whole governing board. No one came to the community and said this is what was happening or this is happening or any of that. No one did any of that. So anyway, I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it simmer, and then I'll deal with it in a minute. I can't deal with it now. 10:20, I'm still on air, but I just wanted to put that out there. It's not like I don't I listen, I know people think I got some power or some magic or some agency or something. I don't know. But it extends, it does not extend far. And it does not extend across all kinds of things. So, you know, so while I sympathize with your plight, you have a governing board that is responsible for the shepherding of that organization. And uh and while you might feel some kind of way about me wishing someone that I like and admire and care for happy birthday, that's neither here nor there to the conversation. And whatever is going on with him and that organization, that board will handle it. That's where I'm gonna put that. You know, that's where I'm gonna put it. I'm not on that board. I know I'm on a lot of boards, people. I know, but I ain't on that one. So there's that. So I'm gonna quell it as best I can. I was like, listen, uh, I don't know what is happening. I don't know what has had happened. I don't feel compelled to ask anybody questions about an organization that I do not run, that I am not a part of. Uh, because they have a whole board, a whole governing board that is responsible for the shepherding of that organization. That's it. So this is listen, I'm wishing somebody that I know happy birthday. That's the beginning and the end. Whatever goes on beyond or up around that, that is not my deal. Not my deal. Doesn't mean that I don't care what's going on. I care about everything that goes on in this. I'm not the mayor. I don't work in government. I I'm not a funder. I'm not, I'm not any of those things. All I am is someone who lives in community and cares deeply about this city. That's it. That is the extent to my reach and capabilities. That's it. And I don't know what else to say about that. So, so while I think this letter would be better directed towards your board of directors, uh, because I don't know, I don't understand what this is about. I wish somebody I know happy birthday. What you're talking about is about an organization that was run asunder, needs to be addressed to the board. You have a whole board of directors. If I were you, I would direct these concerns and commentary to your entire board of director. I know I serve on a great many boards in this city. I don't serve on that one. So, so whatever it is, I don't know what you think I'm supposed to do with this post. I don't know what you're supposed to do. I don't know what you think I'm supposed to do beyond this. But you didn't call me. You didn't call me beforehand. You didn't call me during. You didn't say anything to me. As a matter of fact, when I saw you, I asked you what was happening, and you didn't say anything. So I don't know what else. I'm not a mind reader. I could be a witch, but I'm not a magician. So there you go. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like that, child. I don't know. I don't know. I guess. I guess I should be flattered on some level. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. Leave it at that. So it's painful. And I think you're real angst. And I said this at the beginning of when all this jumped off, and I was like, well, where's the board in this? Where's the board that allowed this to happen? That's it. And that's rest on the board. And I know what it's like to be in the hot seat. I've been in the hot seat, a very public hot seat. And a board gave me great deal of reign to sort of do whatever. And I broke their trust. I broke their trust, and that's a heavy price. And at the end of the day, the board has to reconcile that, right? Board has to reconcile that. And just like this board has to reconcile that, they got to reconcile that. And no matter of posting about it is going to eliminate anything. You know, you don't comment on anything. I wish people happy birthday all the time. You know, but because this is personal to you, you want to come and attack me about this. I post happy birthday all the time. And so now because this affects you directly, you think that there's some connection here where there is not. So I don't know what to tell you. I think this is a conversation you ought to have. Write this letter to your board. You know, your board needs to have this discussion with you. They need to write this. No, I don't have any dog in that fight. And it's not that I don't care. That I'm powerless to do anything about it. I don't know what can be done. He's been removed from the organization. So the organization is trying to fight for itself back. Beyond that, I don't know what else could be done. I mean, what do you want? You want him dragged through the streets in irons and chains? What do you want? What exactly do you want? You want me to join you want me to join your team to be mad and say hateful and mean? What do you want me to do? So I'm not doing that, right? That's not what I do. So I'm just gonna let it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. And it's just gonna be what it'll be. So I'm just gonna go with that. Everybody's got some pain. I get it. I get it. Having been someone who caused pain, having been somebody who uh experienced pain, I'm gonna leave it alone. So anyway. Okay, Harry, what'd you put in the chat? What is this? What do I need to pull this up? I'm pulling it up. Scary red mask consumes fire hydrant and seen straight from The Last of Us. The New York Post. Although I think that I don't know what that is. It was a case of mycological mayhem. An Australian town resembled the set of HBO's dystopian horror series, The Last of Us, after mysterious red mass sprouted up under a fire hydrant and eventually climbed up the water spout. A photo of the fungi anomaly first surfaced on Reddit, sparking a raging debate over the organism's identity. This thing has been growing underneath a leaking fire hydrant for the past few months. Okay. An accompanying photo reportedly snapped by the poster's friend in October 2022 shows the water spigot engulfed by unidentified burgundy substance. According to the post, their friend had at first noticed the fire red fungus growing on a big rock underneath the hydrant. The spigot has started leaking a year ago, which they suspect helped facilitate the growth of the maroon mushroom. So, all right, so what is it? Now, I don't trust stuff from Reddit, but so eventually the fungus on the rock grew until it reached inside the hydrant. And then someone took the rock away and it was all gone. Okay. All right. But did any scientists go look at it? I see a lot of friend conversation, but did any scientist, you know what I mean? Like, did any scientists like say, oh, this is what this is? There's all kinds of stuff in nature that can grow and species and all kinds of stuff. So people, unidentified critters have been feasting on the mass. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. So, well, don't eat it. I don't know what to tell you. Listen, I'm not surprised by anything because let me tell you something. We already know we are not good stewards of the earth. And there's all manner of things that are happening that is going to be to our detriment and demise. That's it. That's what I know. That's what I know to be true. So while I guess I could be shocked and awed by that, but I'm not. So we just came from under a 3-year pandemic where we were all quarantined. You think that's going to be the last time? You think that's going to be the last time that we're going to have to lock ourselves away and mask up and hazmat up? Nope. Because we are not good stewards of this planet, and the planet is fighting back. So I just take it again. I just take it all in stride. I just take it all in stride. I just take it all in stride. I take it all in stride. I just take it all in stride. I take it all in stride. You know, all in stride. So here's that part. Yeah. Okay. Is that I don't think that's a happiness story, Harry. I don't think you spread the gospel with that. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to do with it. Except to say, we in trouble. Earth, girl, we in trouble. Oh, we are in trouble. Like, okay, be in trouble. Just be in trouble. Be in trouble. There's more. What is this? Harry just giving me all these little stories. All right, what we got now from the Independent? I'll trust this. This is from the New Haven Independent. The survivor brings Holocaust history to class. Oh, Isidore Judah with a 1938 passport issued after escaping to Switzerland. So midway through the discussion at Congress Avenue, John C. Daniels School, fifth grader Lucas Revere posed a question to Holocaust survivor Isidore Judah that caused Revere's roughly 50 classmates to inch even further forward in their seats. What do you think would have happened if you didn't get off the train that day, he asked. You'd have been in the oven. So the visit by Judah, who was 101 years old, was the culmination of a month-long study on the Holocaust by Jody Pirelli's fifth grade class that included Hannah's suitcase, which retells the story of a 13-year-old Czech girl who was killed in the Holocaust. So, and this is the very first time any of these students have ever met a Holocaust survivor, and you know they're all dying, right? So they're all coming to the end. So we won't have any left to be able to tell the story in first person. What has happened to them? So Judah was on that train because he had left his family in Vienna to escape the tightening restrictions on Jews and increasingly the deportation to concentration camps and likely death by the Nazis. And it was August 1938, and he was 16 years old. So his family was applying for visas to come to the U.S., but he didn't want to wait for a visa that might never come, he told the students. So asked about his feelings on Adolf Hitler, his answer was plain. In order for a dictator to be successful, he has to have a scapegoat, said Judah, who now lives in the Towers apartment complex in the Hill. Hitler used the Jews as scapegoats to make him powerful. At the train station with only the clothes on his back, I bought a ticket to Salzburg, he said. And as I was about to board the train, 2 SS officers asked me where I was going. I told them I was going to go visit my grandmother in Salzburg. I never had a grandmother in Salzburg. He got off the train at a town on the Swiss border and made his way toward it when he heard a shout. I heard the word halt, which means stop. He told the rapt audience. I did not stop, continued to walk. And now I heard halt again, and this time I stopped. And 2 SS officers came up to me holding guns. After spending a night in jail, they walked him to the train station. When I got on, I looked at the other passengers and I realized they were all Jews being deported to a camp, he said. The train pulled out of the station, and then for some reason it suddenly slowed down, Judah said. To this day, I don't know why. He looked for the SS men. They were gone. He got out and lay on the ground until the train chugged away, then stood up and looked around. From there, I knew I had to get over the mountain. As I was walking up the mountain, I came upon a farmer who was herding cows, he said. Asked him about his fortuitous meeting with the farmer who took him in and helped him find a safe place to cross into Switzerland, he shrugged. First of all, you try to stay alive, he said. I had to find a way to stay alive. And when you're young, like you guys are, anything goes, but you also need a little pluck and a little luck. All at the border, he encountered a Swiss gendarme. He asked me what I was doing. He said, I told him I wanted to stay in Switzerland. So he took me to the station and told me that I was now a political immigrant. I looked at him and said, I don't know anything about politics. I'm just trying to stay alive. He spent 2 years at an immigration camp in Switzerland before getting a U.S. visa. I went to Genoa, Italy, and boarded the USS Manhattan, he said. On May 13, 1940, he arrived in the United States using a German passport from a German consulate, red stamped with the letter J. They made sure everybody knew you were Jews, you see. They made sure everybody knew you were Jews. You can see that, he said, as Barkin shared the passport with the student. In Manhattan, he was greeted by his parents, who had arrived 6 months earlier with a job at a grocery store waiting for him in Vineland, New Jersey. I had to learn English because I only knew 3 words. Yes, no, thank you, he said. I started reading the newspaper and going to night school. 2 years later, he was drafted into the U.S. Army, seeing combat in the Pacific Theater. In the Philippines, he was shot in the right leg. The Japanese were using anti-personnel shells, which are designed to fragment into many pieces. When we were taking Clark Field to control the whole Solomon Islands, he said. Judah went on to have 4 separate surgeries before being discharged in November 1945, earning the Bronze Star and Purple Heart for his service. Asked how he felt when the Holocaust was ending in 1945, he shrugged again. Well, we were glad it finished, he said. Unfortunately, we lost 6 million people, of which 1 million were children, and also many of my aunts, uncles, and cousins. He then returned to Revere's question. If I hadn't gotten off the train, I wouldn't be here today, he said. That's it. That's why he'll keep sharing his story. Never let anyone tell you it didn't happen, said Judah, who went on to marry, have 2 children, one of whom is 75, and 3 grandchildren, and never ever lose hope. This is why we do this work. This is why we have to tell the stories. This is why we have to combat ignorance. This is why. You know, this is why. This is why. This is why. Yeah. You know, why. That's wonderful. So, that's a wonderful story. And, now there's some foolishness going on in the chat, which I'm not going to delve into that, but I appreciate the story. And I appreciate that that we have people alive to still tell these stories. That we still have these folks alive to tell these stories. And so thank you for putting that up, Harry. Thank you for putting that up. So it's on the New Haven Independent site if you want to read more about it. And if you want to jump into the shenanigans of the comments, go right ahead. Go right ahead. The red blob stuff that's growing in Australia, wherever the hell it is, I don't got no answers for that. I just know the end of days is coming and we're going to pay dearly for not being good stewards. And that's it. And so watch This Is Us all you want. Get some cues, learn something, because it's coming. I love the fact that it's that it's a fungus kind of thing. So anyway, that's the way of the world. Live and we learn. We live and we learn. And we still have time, I guess. As long as we are breathing, we can start all over again. But I don't know how we fix the earth. I watched this thing the other day on how much plastics is washing up on the shores of India and places like that. So much plastic that the oceans are breaking it down and the particles are becoming fine like sea glass. And did you know sea glass not really glass? It's really just plastic beat down. I guess some of it is anyway. So it's becoming so fine that it's becoming part of the sand, and you know what happens when it becomes that fine, gets into the fish. And we eat a lot of fish, right? So compounding eating fish to eating a lot of plastic, compound with not enough fish to go around, compound with, I mean, it's just a lot going on. 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 A lot. Environmentally. But there are people out here fighting. And the people who are out here fighting for a better environment and a safer environment for us, that means that all of us who are not fighting and not doing our part, we're going to benefit from the work of those people. That's just how it goes. So if you're too lazy to recycle, just know that you are contributing to the demise of this planet. But there are people who are fighting against that, and you will benefit from their fight, even if you don't do a damn thing to help. Even if you are part of the problem of why we have to fight, you will benefit from the good work that is being done by the folks on the ground. That's how this all works. Exhale. I'm just going to exhale. And then when I get off air, I'm going to get dressed and make my way to the inner city. I'm feeling like I might want to stop for some breakfast. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a lot going on. There's so much going on. So much going on. And we got to be a part of it. I was watching I watched a little bit of the iHeart concert award thing last night. And saw LL Cool J. I guess he was hosting, maybe. Was he hosting? I caught some of the musicians and the artists. It was pretty interesting. I guess iHeartRadio is a big deal. I guess it's a big deal. Because they had people getting, yeah, it was an awards thing. It was an awards thing because I caught the part where Harry Styles got an award. I think Artist of the Year or something or other, or Entertainer of the Year, something. And but he couldn't be there, so they zoomed him in or whatever. And he said his thank yous. I'm a Harry Styles fan. I think he's just cute. I think I just like him because he's cute and he just goes his own way, and he's just making a way for himself. And yeah. And then I saw in the news the other day, I think it was Good Morning America, they're gonna put out a Whitney Houston album, and I think it's gospel inspired music that she didn't release, but she recorded gospel music, I think. So that should be nice for the folks who are Whitney Houston devotees. I mean, how could you go wrong? So I think that's coming out shortly. Oh yeah, and Lenny Kravitz was on last night with the iHeart folks. I think he was the one that gave Harry Styles the award. But Lenny Kravitz is a for sure enough rock star. Like he has a whole rock star persona, but in a healthy, good way. He's just sexy. He's just a sexy man. You know what I mean? Like he's like a rugged Prince. Like Prince was sexy as all get out, but Lenny Kravitz is like he's got some edge to him in a way that Prince didn't have that kind of edge to him. I think Prince was edgy, but a soft edgy. Whereas I think Lenny Kravitz is like, yeah, a little rough and tumble. And it's kind of nice. Not from like around the way rough and tumble. I don't mean like that. I mean like, you know, just a little edgier than edge. He's got that rock star edge to him. And I like it. I love you, Lenny Kravitz. Oh, did I tell you I finally watched Luther the film with Idris Elba? It was so good. I just love it. It was good. It was good. It was a ride. It was a ride. but it was good. So I don't know if they're gonna do more. They should, because I think he's good. I actually like it as a series, because I think a movie you have to make it go fast and put so many things in. But with the TV show, you can take your time with it and roll it out every episode you learn some new thing. It's much more gripping, I think. And I think people like having episodic kinds of things, even though binge watching is a thing. Oh, let me tell you the latest thing before I go that I watched over the weekend. Unprisoned, with Kerry Washington and Delroy Lindo. It is so obnoxiously good. I love her character. I hate this woman. I love her and I hate her at the same time. I don't know what that says about me. She gets on my nerves, but I see some of myself in her, so maybe that's why. Uh, not obvious things, just small things, because I'm not neurotic like that. But I saw some things where I get, like, I was like, you know what, get that. I've been in that turmoil. I've been in that same turmoil and small things, not the big things. I think she's a nutcase, but there's something about her that I like. She represents what I'm seeing these days. So, but anyway, it's on Hulu. Unprisoned. If you've not, and Delroy Lindo is glorious. Like, he is glorious in this. Like, this is just it's this role is like a fitted, tailored, high-end leather glove for him. He's just glorious in it. I just love it. And you root for him and you're like, damn it. You root and you're like, damn it. It's got, and her son, who I think is like a lot of kids, uh who are removed from their roots, particularly if you're biracial or whatever. So it's a lot to unpack, and there's a lot of nuance and a lot of things underneath. So if you have opportunity, I would say run to Hulu or get you the free time that you can watch, and then decide for yourself. But I've enjoyed it very much. I've enjoyed it very much. So I'm just saying it was good. I binge watched the whole thing. I couldn't help myself. I could not help myself. I could not. And so I just put it in there. Uh, I just put it in there and watched, and it was great. So I'm about to jump out. It is Tuesday. I'll be back tomorrow with Oni. Oni's gonna come on tomorrow and talk about what he's doing at the state level, all the cool stuff that he's doing. So I'm excited to have him on and catch up and just hear about all the things that he's got going on. And so tune in tomorrow. My camera did not flip out at all today, Harry. So I don't know what that means. I'm gonna take it as a good sign that the tech gods are smiling on me. Hooray. And I'm about to get on out of Dodge and go jump into this day. I got a whole newspaper to get ready for. So y'all be good. Be in these streets, be safe, and just love on each other if you can. Just do
Hi,
that.
this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.